I keep writing and then rewriting the ideas of my reality, never truly placing a pin on the place that reaches a conclusion. A continuous circle with no end and no beginning. I wonder what my thoughts would coalesce into in a different brain or in a different place in my evolution. The connections in my brain and the emotions of my life have created the distinctions that drive my thoughts. The ability to analyze raw thoughts in multiple minds could create a pure idea. Taking every idea in the pure form, we search for the few unbiased traits that would make that idea real. I'm not even sure I understand what I'm saying here, but even the communication of ideas creates an interpretation that loses truth. The only way to synthesize truth is to think my thoughts in multiple minds. A true impossibility. The idea I am suggesting may seem useless, but it brings me to the conclusion that all thoughts are subject to the limitations of the mind that created them. No idea can truly be trusted in the description of reality. I like to think about a day when we can make computers that actually think, and maybe they will create much like a human mind. It would be weird to imagine we could create a complex machine that could think far beyond what our mind's capability. If someday this were to occur, this computer may contemplate its own reality. I feel again the limitation the machine would have, again limited by the sensory inputs. It could maybe have the ability to create thousands or millions more possibilities of reality than a human mind, but would never reach what could be considered truth. This idea creates fear in my mind that no matter how far we evolve and how complex our understanding becomes, we may be no closer to understanding the true nature of the universe or our place in it. I find our own interpretation of our place in the universe is flawed by the fact that we are interpreting its properties. It's almost the reverse of the anthropic idea of things. There are no observations that have the power to eliminate the observer, only properties that exist regardless of the observer. We calculate and discover the pieces that constitute our observable space, with no knowledge of the properties in a universe that has no proof of uniformity. Naming phenomenon through observation that we have no ability to describe. Our sandbox is tiny, but we play as though it is a space that allows us universal knowledge. Of course, the universe has been created in such a way that allows us to exist. We exist. I try to find a weird analogy to describe my thoughts on this, like all scientists do. The only one I can think of is about mowing the lawn. It almost doesn't make sense, but let's pretend the grass exists because we can observe it, and all the components exist because of us that allows us to mow it. The lawnmower, the gas, the edger. And now we have mowed the lawn to fit the perception of what a lawn should be. Though the idea of what a lawn should be may evolve over time based on the properties of the lawn and the environment the lawn exists in.